What up, YouTube? Before we start the video, we got a very important announcement for you.
That's right, we have our new milestone giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. That is a CGC 9.8 graded Thor #1. This cover is a Nick Klein sketch variant that is also signed by Donny Cates.
What? Are you crazy? Yes, we are. When we hit 2,000 subs, we're giving away this bad boy. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It would be much appreciated because we want to give this away, but we only can do that when we hit 2,000 subs. Let's get to the video. What up, YouTube? I'm Jim.
I'm Nate.
And we are Two Fat Guys Clueless, so we've got another new, fresh Comic Book Day video for you for the week of October 16th. And it's fucking massive.
It's too big.
It's
too much.
That's what she said. All right, let's go ahead and move on.
She's
All right.
never said that.
First up, we've got our independent books. We're going to kick it off with Boom Studios Grimm, issue number 20, and we haven't had this book since July.
Oh,
so
okay. I thought I just missed a bunch.
No, it just hasn't been out for a minute. You know, they go on their little hiatuses, and I can't even remember what the fuck's going on. I know nobody can die.
Yep.
Is it Jessica? I don't even remember the name of the main character. I know she's turning in.
Jess.
Okay, Jessica. Jess. She's potentially going to be the new Death.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I remember. So, I mean, hopefully it won't be too much of a... hopefully it'll be good. I mean, I know it'll be good, but hopefully there's like maybe one or two pages of like last time or previously, you know?
So a little bit of a catch-up thing.
Yeah. And not the kind not the stuff you put on your hot dogs, right?
No. Also, there is a glorious Jorge Corona cover.
Oh, really?
I love.
Jorge Corona, let's see here. Oh, look at that. Wow. Ooh. That is...
Yeah.
Man, dude is just working hard right now.
Yep.
So, all right, cool. All right, jumping over to Image, we got to the Department of Truth, issue number 26, and it looks like we're still doing this... we're back off of hiatus, but we're like 3 issues in.
Yeah,
we're still retelling a story. I don't know, like I dig it. I'm liking it. I obviously love Department of Truth, but it does feel like the story is literally folding in on itself, like constantly. Like it's just a constant black hole of does this book even exist?
Yeah, I need to. I'm only 1 issue behind on this one, so I need to get caught up. The last issue was the 25th. Like they did a little anniversary thing. Is that maybe what you were talking about when they like had some old school characters coming back?
Yes, not really. The old character that came back was at the end of the book. Like you kind of like dun dun dun, you know, like, and I was like, oh shit, we haven't seen that person in a minute. So again, like. The storytelling mechanic seems to be a little redundant, and I don't normally say that about Tiny Onion. So hopefully we can just kind of get past this and start doing some new stuff, because it just feels like we're kind of telling the same story without ever really either revealing any truth or doing anything new, and that's kind of weird to say.
Yeah, well, we're it looks like we're at least going to dip our toes into some of. I'm not a big like Americana kind of person. It's just not really my thing. But I love Marilyn Monroe conspiracy theories, like because they're so ridiculous. And it looks like that's what we're tackling in this issue. So,
well, all right, let's check it out. All right, next up over at Image, we have Ultra Mega issue number 6 from James Herron. This, issue 5 it acted like it never ended. So if you didn't reread the first 4 issues. You were probably completely lost, and I was incredibly unapologetic for the book. It was my pick of the week. I didn't give a fuck. It was good in my opinion, but I do understand people being somewhat confused and or like just like, wait, what are we doing? Because James Herron said, like, I'm not even giving you a previously. Like, I am just picking up and going. And it's gonna be interesting. We're dealing with our original heroes on Earth, but then we've got an entire world that is filled with other Ultra Megas that look or appear to be like evil.
Okay.
And then on top of that, we got the mother of monsters and the goblins and the ghouls. So like this book is like, and it's just full speed ahead, and it's also introducing a shit ton of new characters, new concepts. And if you don't if you can't handle that, get off. Like,
interesting strategy when it's been over 3 years
yeah,
since the first volume came out. Like, I was shocked when this first came back. So, uh,
yeah,
but I'm excited. I remember following along, and I wasn't quite as enthusiastic because I was lost as fuck.
yeah.
But I love
Well,
James Herron's style so much that I was just
yeah.
like, yes, let's do
Well, again, if you haven't read, like, you definitely need to go reread the first four, because if you don't, like, you will be lost. Like, it's just,
I hope I still have those. I should have them around here somewhere.
if not, you can just go pick up a trade. It's totally worth it. But anyway, I'll go ahead and say potential pick of the week because it's James Herron, and but there are other books.
Okay.
All right, jumping over to DC, we have Batman, Superman, World's Finest, issue number 32. We've got our first issue without Dan Mora on it. I don't think he'll be on the book anymore. But the artist that's taking over, I believe, did the most recent Blue Beetle book, which was kind of like more, I think it was more catered towards Dan Mora's art style, kind of anime-esque. So there should be interesting. It looks like we're dealing with like a demon and or vampire versions of Batman and Superman. So okay. I mean, it's
Okay.
October. So I guess
Yeah.
you got to have your goblins and ghouls. So we'll see. I am going to give this run without Dan Mora officially being on it a shot
Mhm.
and see where it goes. I mean, Mark Waid's writing hasn't changed.
Right.
The only thing that I would be concerned is he's got his hands in other pots and other storylines that this may not get the attention that it really deserves. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. It's earned enough chops to at least see where we're going though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, after that, we've got Green Lantern issue number 16 with the All-In badge, the new storyline. We got a little bit of a hint in the Absolute Power tie-ins where it looks like we're going, which is we've got this like new lantern that's dealing with sorrow. And what's the name of his on again, off again girlfriend?
I can't remember now. Hold on,
Carol. So Carol's now, she's officially a Sapphire Lantern, yeah, or whatever, and they're going across the cosmos to fight. But then we've got this Sorrow Lantern who has been embodied or is embodying.
That's her ex fiance or whatever.
Yeah, like he's fucking down in the dumps, and so he's got this Sorrow ring. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. You know, if we're talking about a new spectrum of light of a ring, I'm here for it because I'm kind of longing for an actual Green Lantern of DC wide event. I think it would be cool. And if it's Sinestro Wars Part 2, or if it's Blackest Night Part 2, or the Sorrows of the Dawn Part, whatever, I don't care. I'm actually here for it. So hopefully that's the case. Like, I'm actually looking forward to a potential event in DC, which would be lantern centric. I would be there for that.
Yeah, I remember this run being so hot at one point, and it got so bogged with the event that I just was like, like that when I saw this, I was like, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I do like how much it seems like now that John Stewart's book is over, that he is being utilized in this book like right away. I do like that a lot. So.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I am trying to stay optimistic with all the All-In. I'm much more enthusiastic for the Absolute Power or Absolute Time, or I'm sorry, the Absolute Universe All-In books, and I'm kind of just taking it day by day with the current timeline because I don't know. It's kind of corny, but that's DC at its core, is corny.
That is very true.
All right, after that, we've got our last Nightwing book from Tom Taylor, 118 of Nightwing, The Fallen Grayson, Part 5 of 5. You know, we both, when this run started, you started it first, and you're like, yo, you need to read Nightwing. And I was like, okay, jumped on, and we were in the thick of Heartless. And then he suddenly got dropped, got bogged down by events. Then it got bogged down by its own event. And then suddenly we're back into the, oh shit, we got to end this book, and we're going to end it with Heartless. And I don't know. I if I'm being honest, I don't really have much faith that it's going to stick the landing, and that's really
Mm.
crazy to say with Tom Taylor because he's a fucking goat. And but I think again, I think the reason why I have a distrust is if you look on this book, the previous book we talked about, it was the All In Initiative. This book is ending in the Dawn of DC Initiative,
Mm.
right? Like that was just last year. You know, if we're going to talk about an issue with DC, it is, oh, this is the next new big initiative, Dawn of DC. Oh, this is the next big initiative, Absolute Power. Oh, this is the next big initiative, All In. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired. Can we just fucking write comics, okay? But who knows? Maybe I'll get off my soapbox. Maybe this will be good. Maybe the ending will be amazing.
I hope so. But yeah, it's
Do we even have
the
the same artist that started the whole thing off?
yeah
Okay.
Bruno,
All right.
Bruno
Okay.
Redondo. Yeah, he is on it.
Okay. All right. We're doing
So at least there's that,
something.
right?
Yeah. All right. Our last DC book of the night is Wonder Woman, issue number 14. And again, a book that has been bogged down by events. You know, we're still dealing with the Amazons being kind of outlawed in the US and
Mhm.
and Diana just kind of like being a boss and being able to like get over being tortured mentally and like finding her zen within her own brain. And then Absolute happened. And so that's the part that's always interesting to me is you get these event tie-ins that feel like they have nothing to do with the book, and then you get back into the story and it's like, oh, don't even, that didn't happen. Like, well, there'll be a little blurb that just says like, oh yeah, that happened over here, and then we're back into it. So I gotta just kind of reshift my mind and go, okay, this is where we were at. And I think that's going to be a very big like adjustment because remember, this book is thick. Like Tom King writes a lot.
dude loves to get his word count up there. Like he gets paid by the word.
Right. And the last like 3 or 4 issues have been like you're just skipping in the park. So like I think it's going to be a bit of an adjustment for a lot of readers. We'll see. I mean, I'm hoping there will be somewhat of a light worded version of previously on, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, at least we have our original artist still with the book.
DC swinging for the fence, but how long will they stay on the book though, right? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I'm interrupting the video. It's only because I've got something really important to tell you. I know you know what we're giving away when we hit 2,000 subscribers. I gotta let you know about what we're giving away when we hit 1,250 subscribers. We're giving away this Uncanny X-Men #1 signed by Jim Chung, CGC grade 9.8. When we hit 1,250 subscribers, you could potentially win this, but you have to be subscribed to our channel. So hit that sub button, ring that bell, give us a like. Let's get back to the video, shall we? All right, jumping over to Marvel, we're going to kick it off with Daredevil Woman Without Fury, issue number 4. And Elektra is going toe-to-toe with this new Punisher. And just when you think he's down, he gets right back up. He seemed kind of soft, but I don't know, man. He's looking like he might go toe-to-toe. So, you know, the book itself, the premise has been kind of all over the place. I'm not mad about it. It's kind of a silly use time. I've been enjoying it just because we get Elektra as Daredevil and not as a grieving ex of Matt Murdock in the current Daredevil book. So it's fun to see her still have the mantle of Daredevil, and I'm here for it. I hope she stays there for a long time because I don't want to see her not wear it. I am a believer that Daredevil should be a woman from now on for a little bit, just for a little bit.
I think we should just like raise a generation on Elektra as Daredevil.
Agreed.
I'm totally down with that.
Yeah. All right. After that, ooh, from McKay, we've got Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, #1. And I mean, I know I already said Ultra Mega was my pick of the week. This is also probably a pick of the week contender. It's Mark Waid. I'm sorry, it's not Mark Waid. It's McKay.
Jed McKay. Yeah.
Jed McKay. It's Jed McKay. He's been kicking ass with it. I think he's brought Moon Knight into a really good position within the comics. And, you know, I'm betting he's hoping that we get a Moon Knight show fairly soon or an appearance within the MCU here pretty quickly because he's killing it with this story.
Yeah, I've this is one that's like we're going for like the round three, of
Mhm.
Capuccio and McKay, but it's like I don't know, still feels so good after 3+ years.
It still feels new, right? It's new and exciting. So I just no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that there's a potential for a miss. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna put that
Oh,
bad
oh
juju on this
no.
book. I mean,
No,
mm,
Jed McKay got his miss. It's called X-Men. It
okay,
happens. It's all
okay,
right.
all right. Better stay over there.
Yeah, we'll
All
keep it over
right.
there.
Speaking of X Men, we've got Mystique issue number one, a new number one, and I'm giving all the X Men books an arc. Uh, Especially, I mean, I like Mystique. Mystique's cool. I think we're going back to her assassin days here, and you know, I'm gonna check it out. I'm not gonna dog it. I've given, there's only been maybe two X Men books right now where I've been like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So who knows? It's up in the air, but to see where Mystique has been since Krakoa, I think will be interesting to see how she's dealing with. Is she still in a thing with Raven, or is she, or not Raven, Destiny?
Destiny.
Is she still, hooking up with Destiny, or is she split? Is she just going rogue? Who knows?
I am not coming along with you on this one. I just like it's even if I was 100% caught up, even if I had a million ton of free time, I don't care. I'm not interested in Mystique stories at
Yeah.
all.
No, I totally get it. Like, I'm just a sucker, and I'm gonna give it an arc because, like, the only other X book that two X books that I didn't give an arc because I was just like, nah, I'm out, was X Factor
Okay.
and X Force. I
Mm,
was out. It just wasn't hitting for me. So
yeah.
I'm really not just giving it an arc. I'm giving it like the first two issues, and if it's not doing it for me, it's done.
Yeah. I didn't do X Force. X Factor the first issue was weird. It's weird, man.
Yeah, well, it just wasn't it. All right, next up we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 10. Talk about a book that's just kicking ass, but we do not
That's
have our main artist, which that's
ugh, don't
kind of
like that
this
at all.
kind of disappointing. But that being said, the Ultimates universe is just churning. It's kicking ass. Last week, our live show got cut short, but Ultimates issue 5 or 6, I don't remember what it was. It would have been my pick of the week. It was a fucking awesome book.
Mhm.
Um, I truly believe. I don't know if Spider-Man will survive, but when Hickman ends up leaving the Ultimate Universe inevitably, I think it's in good hands. I think this is the only book, if there's going to be a casualty, it'll be Ultimate Spider-Man. But that being said, this book has been fantastic. I think the new dynamics and new take on characters has just been awesome,
Mhm.
and enthusiasm is high for this book.
Yep. Well, and we're missing Chichetto this week, of course, this week and then next month. But I would say that Chichetto is also doing some really, really heavy lifting with this book too, because
Mm,
for some reason, when I think of the Ultimate Universe, I think of it in Chichetto's art style. I don't know why.
yeah,
Maybe just because the Spider-Man book has had the most impact on me, but
right.
it is his art style that I think of the Ultimate Universe in.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that sentiment for sure. All right, next up we have the Uncanny X-Men issue number 4. I mean, this book came out of nowhere. When it got announced, I was like, oh god, another X-Men book. This is the X-Men book. Like, in my opinion, this is the X-Men book. Simone is doing great. I never thought in a million years I'd be like, yep, a rogue centric leadership team. I'm here for it. Like, I didn't think I'd ever say that. But this book is doing some cool shit. It's got new mutants in it. It's got a new team in it, and we're slowly, it was announced that the Uncanny X-Men book and Jed McKay's X-Men book are going to clash. We're going to have a mini event within our X-Men books, and I'm like, hey, I'm here for that. That sounds dope. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. It's been fantastic. I think Uncanny 3 was my pick of the week, so
Oh,
this is a stacked week, man. This is a
okay.
stacked week.
Okay. I actually have not read any of these yet, so of this
Holy
run.
shit.
So, but this is one I'm totally dedicated, 100% going to catch up on. It's going to be the first one I catch up on.
I think you're really gonna like it. I think you're gonna read this and go, this should just say X-Men, not the Uncanny X-Men. Like,
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
that good.
to me personally, as a Claremont man, the Uncanny X-Men is always going to be the flagship title
Okay,
to me.
just lift that nose even higher. All right, Jesus Christ.
As
Oh
a
my.
Claremont reader,
Oh,
17-year run.
oh my God. All right, after that, our last book of the night is Wolverine, issue number 2. Also doing some crazy cool shit, new stuff, new things, right? We're not just kind of like embedded into the past. And like that's Wolverine's MO for a concept to be in this book that's a little bit new. Essentially, we've got, it looks like, I can't remember if it's like an alien entity or some or what, but we've got some kind of force essentially trying to search and destroy or search and collect all the adamantium on Earth. And it's turned, I can't remember who the villain was in the first one, but it ended up turning him evil and turned his adamantium into gold, like gold adamantium. Pretty crazy. So some wicked shit going on in this book, and I'm pretty excited for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are some X-Men books right now that are fucking slapping, and then there are others that are just kind of like, you probably could just not worry about that one. And I think Wolverine is in that category of like, it's good, it's interesting, it's intriguing, it's doing new things. And I think that's the biggest thing. If there's one, I wouldn't say criticism, but one thing that we're looking for in our comics, especially with Marvel and DC, is something new. If you can do something new and get us excited, and it's so weird to say because like not too long ago this was all new to us, and now we just sound like seasoned dickheads that are just like, make comics aren't fun anymore. So anyway, Wolverine's fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I would be totally out on a Wolverine book, but this creative team is too compelling for me to skip. So
yeah, the writing is good. The writing is actually really good. Like, that's the other thing I'll say is that the X books that are still on the pool, their writing, the artwork, the flow, it's all there. It's so cohesive. It's great. So, all right, that's going to do it for this week's New Comic Day video for the week of October 16th. Let us know down in the comments, what are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? And what's your potential pick of the week? As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It'd be much appreciated as we're on the road to 1,250 subscribers, but we can't do it without your support. So if you're not already subbed, hit that sub button, and most importantly, hit that like button. Get that algorithm. Go win. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you guys live this Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Fingers crossed my internet doesn't fuck up and we don't get to watch this, don't get to do the show. I'm sure everything's fine now. I think it'll be great. But hey, I'm gonna be here. Nate's gonna be here. It's gonna be a great time. As always, comic fan, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.